This unit that we're getting ready to start is about the Civil War. The entire unit is about the Civil War, so you're going to go into lots of detail as we go through. But the first lesson is about the Union breaking apart. So what happened in the Civil War? A Civil War is a war between two parts of the same country. When two sections of the country disagree about something and they fight within their country, that's a civil war. So pay attention to the timeline. It shows some of the events of the Civil War, and then there's a nice video here for you to watch. And the Civil War was a big deal. It was the most devastating war in United States history. It claimed the lives of over 620,000 Northern and Southern soldiers. The North went to war to preserve the Union, and the South battled to hold on to their way of life and defend their beliefs and states' rights. During the war, both sides managed to destroy farms, homes, crops, and families. Some families divided based upon their beliefs. One brother would fight for the North while another served the South. Fathers fought against sons and friends against friends. When the war finally ended in 1865, both the Union and the Confederacy had suffered. The North had large war debts to pay. The South endured most of the devastation. The South had cities, farms, and an economy to rebuild. With all this destruction, why did the North and South go to war against one another? What issue could cause such a massive conflict? The issue was states' rights. Mainly, did states have the right to defend slavery? Why could the North and South not work out their difference peacefully? Sometimes people's passionate beliefs override reason and common sense. So the Northerners, they didn't believe in slavery. They wanted to abolish slavery. And the Southerners relied on slaves because of their economy. They had plantations, crops, and they needed slaves. And they felt like it should be their right, the state's rights, that the country shouldn't be allowed to say, no, you can't do this. There should be some things that should be settled by the states. And it even made them at one point separate and become the Confederate States of America instead of just the United States. We had the Union and the Confederacy as two separate entities. Uh, Lincoln and Douglas were two people running for office at the time, and they debated slavery. Abraham Lincoln said he was against slavery, while Douglas said that it should be decided by popular sovereignty, which is that the states should be able to decide, that people should be able to vote and decide if they should have slavery or not. And then there's a whole section about John Brown. He was an abolitionist that fought for the cause, and he died for his beliefs, which that's one of your terms in this lesson, a martyr. Um, but all these things led up to uh, a separation of the Union and the Confederacy, and they fought in a war.